The giant killer known as Andrea. She's tough as rock and a powerful defense player. LIl Ragu known as Jared. He may be small but he's strong, and he's a punk rock skater. So come and check us out and follow us. The journey's just begun. We are LIl Ragu and Giant Killer. Autism 101. We are LIl Ragu and the Giant Killer. Autism 101.
I'm Jared, LIl Ragu.
Hi, I'm Andrea, the Giant Killer.
And we're here with the Autism Society The Heartland. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm good.
So yeah, where are you guys located?
We are located in the KU Edwards campus in Overland Park.
This far. It says I'm in danger of academic probation.
Hey, it's not a big deal.
It isn't?
Not at all.
It's a huge deal.
I had an uncle who was on academic probation once. He's in jail now.
We train students to have success in their careers, but who trains them to follow their hearts?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? What
buddy?
are you
Come on
doing?
in. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Checking out this trailer to the Sweet Show.
So what's up with the show?
What show? It's Atypical. Season 4 of Atypical. I was checking out the trailer. You never heard of it?
Nope. Atypical? What's that?
Atypical is a Netflix show series. It's on season 4 right now. It's about this boy with autism and his struggles through high school and trying to get to college, and then all the dating scene, you know, and just what it's like being an autistic boy in junior to senior year and then progressing into college.
Sounds pretty good. I might have to check it out.
That you definitely should do. So we were wondering, what do you guys provide differently than other organizations? Like,
Well,
what do you do exactly?
Autism Society The Heartland, which means Autism Society is a national organization through the whole United States. The Heartland part comes in because we're the Heartland chapter, meaning we serve those individuals in what's traditionally considered the Heartland. Our areas from like Topeka clear down to Wichita. We're in, actually I said Overland Park, but we're actually in, I think, we're right on the border. It's Olathe. It's actually Olathe, where the office currently is. But so we serve the individuals for all the area, or in that area. And basically we are 100% volunteer board. Our board of directors, everyone is a volunteer. All of our time is volunteered. We don't get paid. Our funds that we raise and the services that we provide all stay right here in our area. We typically say KC metro area, but like I said, we go all the way to Topeka, all the way down to Wichita. So anyone that needs any services or any help, we provide that for them. It's not like Autism Speaks is another society, another organization that's very well known. They also serve the same area. However, their funds and money that they raise go to research on autism, where our funds go directly to our Autism Society members. Thing like that they may need. Like we provide communication devices. We have grants for camp where kids can go to camp. If you need something for your child, we have lots of resources. Say yourself or your child, whoever's on the spectrum, maybe they need like a weighted blanket. Seems fairly simple, but they're not always easy to find. Although they've gotten more common, especially this year. Like we have resources where we reach out to that. We have a lot of close networking with our Autism Society members, where we have like support groups that meet monthly in different areas, and you can do them on Zooms. I don't know if we have any actually in person right now. I think they're all on Zoom. But anyway, where we have a community where you can reach out and say, if there's an 18-year-old, transitioning into typical adulthood, maybe has some questions, hey, where can I meet up with other like-minded people, or where's a good place that I can go and enjoy, well, I mean, obviously not with the pandemic, but, where I can go and enjoy, company of other individuals and not have to worry about anybody correcting me on behavior, or worried about the lights being too bright or too much noise or too much going on. Like, we just kind of network, and hook people up together. Just, so everybody has a good quality of life. Whatever you need, we generally can find a resource for it, or find someone with some information, to kind of lead you down that path. So I think that's my point, being where we differ is all of our efforts, our resources, our time, our money all go directly back into individuals in the community.
Sweet. I like that.
Versus, and nothing bad said about Autism Speaks or any of the other organizations, because definitely that research side is really, really important. But we're focused more on individuals, more on families, what people need day to day, or to prepare life skills even,
Like
looking
that.
to the future. So that's
So,
kind of where we differ.
do you guys cover Salina too?
I'm
That's where we're from.
trying to think. I wish I could have 100% honest answer for that. I will tell you that we do not turn away anyone. We don't say, we never say, oh, that's not our area, you'll have to find somebody else. We generally provide whatever information we can for the people, and maybe try to, get them in somewhere closer to them. The thing is, and the issue is, obviously with Zoom and the way things are now, it's not an issue to do a Zoom call. But for like some of our support things, or a lot of those are more in this area. So like, we couldn't send you, like, say, if you were wanting to go to a symposium, well, it's here in Overland Park, that's not real close to Salina. So it's not that we would turn anyone away, and anyone can be a member. You do not have to live in the greater Kansas City area to be a member. It's just a matter of what local resources we have. Does that make sense? I'd have to check and see if we are actually over Salina. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Can't eat this one. All right, would you mind taking this baseball and throwing it into that tub, just like you did with the apple? Wow, that is amazing. That is really something.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, not much. What's up with you?
Just watching a movie.
Right on. I'll get the door for you. So, what movie are you watching?
A Mile in His Shoes.
What is that movie? Sounds interesting. Is it like a guy walking a mile in some shoes, or what?
No, it's about a boy who has Asperger's, and he lives on a farm, and he throws apples to feed his pet pig, and then he ran into a baseball coach, and then he saw him throwing apples, and then wanted him to join his team, and then talked to his parents about joining a baseball team.
Asperger's? You saying he has Asperger's? I don't even know. What is that?
Yes, it's a form of autism. They have difficulty in socializing and communication.
That's definitely not what I thought about Asperger's, that it had to do with autism. So, does the movie teach you more about Asperger's?
Kind of.
Well, sounds interesting. An autistic kid playing baseball? I may have to check that out. I think I'm going to check that out. It's called A Mile in the Shoes, right?
Yes.
Sweet. I'll check that out.
Yep, you should.
I definitely will.
What is one advice you could give to a person who is autistic to help improve?
Gosh, I think it would be depend on the situation, what they're looking for and what they're needing. I think, I mean, my daughter's autistic. Um, and I guess just never shy. I mean, gosh, such a hard one.
We stumped you?
I'm sorry.
I said, did we stump you?
Well, kind of, yeah. Because I mean, like a piece of advice, I'm probably never, don't stop believing in yourself. Don't give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Just because someone has autism does not define you as a person, does not mean that your quality of life is, worse than someone who's neurotypical. We currently have a new board member who is like just excelled in his field of employment. I mean, he travels all over the world now. Does all kinds of stuff, does public speaking, things that typically are outside of the comfort zone of some people with autism. You can overcome anything. Just have faith and never stop believing. Just keep pushing forward.
That's good.
I guess, and never be afraid to reach out for help, or ask a question. I know some autistic people, or people that are defined as autistic, are typically socially, what society would call socially awkward. Although I personally, I mean, I'm not on the spectrum, but I consider myself socially awkward because I don't like to do public speaking. But just don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, everybody does.
I know we're talking about Heartland, but so you say you're a mother of an autistic child?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
that like?
It is the most rewarding, most challenging thing I have ever done. My daughter is 10 years old. She's adopted. I got her as a foster child when she was 16 months old. Um, and before I got her, I did not have much experience really with autism. I did some fundraising for Autism Society because that's my husband, or my ex-husband, who's now deceased. His girlfriend had a child who was on the spectrum, and so that's how he got involved with Autism Society. And then him and I were close, and then when I got my little one, he kept saying, I really think you ought to have, that somebody, I really don't think that's a mouse. I think she's missing milestones. She's missing this, she's missing that. And, it's been, it's great. I mean, I love her to death. I think my favorite saying with her when I go someplace with her and she's not acting like people think that she should in public, she's fidgeting or she's just singing or she's just blurts out or whatever. And people always look at me like I need to rein my child in, like I need to discipline her. My favorite saying, I really want to get this on a shirt that says, I cannot discipline, what was it? I cannot spank the autism out of my child any more than I can slap the ignorance out of you. I think that's my biggest thing, is that everybody thinks that autism is a discipline thing. Like the children aren't disciplined because my child wants to stand up in the middle of the class and spin around in STEM or something. She's not disciplined. Like she needs to sit down, like other children. Well, she can't just sit down and not fidget and not move. Like it physically and mentally pains her to do that. I think that's one of my biggest challenges. Isn't so much her, it's the community. It's the outside people. People are so judgmental. People are just, I mean, they have their own ideas, and their ideas they think should be everybody else's ideas of how a child should say and act. Sometimes it's like that old thing, that old saying, and maybe your parents said it or grandparents, that a child should be seen and not heard. It just doesn't work. My child blurts out whenever she wants to blurt out, and it's just something in her head and it needs to come out her mouth, and it is what it is. And if it's a quiet time and we're somewhere, I apologize, but that's my biggest challenge is other people.
Yeah.
And getting over worried about what they think. Like, do they think that my child's just misbehaving? Do they think my child doesn't know how to behave? Not worrying about what other people think. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I have autism. I know what you mean about blurting things out.
Yeah, and and people just look at you, maybe not you personally, but people just look at like my child, they just look at my child different. Or if she's having a really good day, and she's just playing on her phone or her iPad or whatever and seems real calm and quiet. And if it happens to come up, they'll say, "Oh, well, I can't tell she's autistic." Like they typically think when they hear autism, they think that it's what most people would define as a classic nonverbal, somebody who can't talk, who, really can't control their body movements. It's such a broad spectrum that I get so frustrated when people say, "Oh, well, I don't think she's autistic," or "I can't tell she's autistic." And I'm like, "Yeah, because she's occupied and she's entertaining herself." I'm like, "Yeah, people suck sometimes."
Yeah. Andrea, you got any more questions?
I don't think so.
Well,
Well, thank you for doing this interview with you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. If you reach out anytime, if you guys have any questions, just reach out to our board. Sometimes it does take some time to get back because, like I said, we are 100% volunteer board. So we all have our own crazy things going on. But yeah, reach out anytime, anytime. That's what we're here for.
Andrea, really quick, I'm going to talk about our other group we're in. We're in a group
Okay.
that I started. It's called Rockin' for Autism,
Okay.
and we do fundraisers sometime. Maybe we could collaborate or do something.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Anything that brings awareness to anyone, like we're definitely in for it.
'Cause
Yeah,
my whole thing is I'm more down to support groups that support other people, not the research part.
yes.
Like, have
I I
you ever,
agree.
you ever heard of the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism?
Yes, actually I have. Yep.
Yeah, I did a fundraiser for them like 3 years ago because I did a lot of research and I found this group and I'm like, ooh man, sounds like they do a lot of help for people, not just research.
Yep.
I was drawn in. It was
Yep.
a good organization.
And it's definitely good to network like that because you get, even though, you know, you having autism may think that you know everything there is to know about autism, but it's
No.
so good to reach out and hear other people's perspectives, other people's sides, and different things.
Okay. Well, you have any links to any of your organization stuff? We can post that in the description below.
Okay.
We would be
I'll
glad.
yeah, I'll email them or have Kathleen. Kathleen may have something prepared already, our office manager. Or yeah, I can definitely email them.
Anything else, Andrea?
No, I don't think so.
Nope. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Bye.
See you.